welcome back to another video. It's a Bradford v Walsall match reaction. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments down below. Like the video if you do go on to, so subscribe if you're new. I'm holding the mic like this because I can't be bothered editing it. It's 10:30, and I'm well aware of the comments about the mic, and you know, I always think, the winners bantams where the viewer comes first. And that's it. You know, you've got to listen to your feedback, constructive comments of negativity. But it's great. You know, I welcome it all because you know the people who comment about the mic, it makes me more aware than I already am about it, and that's great because I am aware the mic levels are low on the unedited videos. I'm trying to think of a way that I can already up the mic, you know, because you're not getting Sky Sports here, you're not getting SHD level quality here, you're getting Rainers Bantams quality. It's not really well thought of. I'm a type of person who's quite selfish as it is. Yeah, I like to put the viewers first, but if I don't feel like doing a video, if I'm busy, I'm not going out my way to do it. I sort of think about myself and myself only, and I think that's what a lot of people should do. Although I do like people who put others first because they're a credit to society, but you know, sometimes you've got to look at yourself and say, actually, I'm going to put myself first. But the thing is, I tend to do that every day, which, yeah, do it, you know. That's the life. That's the life. But anyway, away from that, can we get playoffs, guys? Can we get playoffs? I don't like that. I cringed at saying that because it's like all that sort of in your face American sort of. Can we get playoffs, guys? What do you think? I don't know if it's American or Australian, but we'll roll with it. But yeah, it's like always in your face. I tend to be a bit more. I'm easy, you know. Again, back to the content, the type of the content. I just sort of go with it. I just go with the flow. You know, it is what it is. The game, what a great game, and that game has capitulated. If that's the right word. The season for me, it's epitomised the season. You know, you're 2-0 down after 16 minutes, and you feel like that's the season over. You know, there's no coming back. You know, this is what we are. We're mediocre. It's a Bantams thing. I can probably say I started believing after a Tranmere win because I'm that type of person, really. I love this football club, and if there's a reason to be optimistic, then I try and be optimistic because what's the point in supporting the club if you're not? Because I want to believe in it. You know, it's the reason why I bought the Walsall ticket as soon as it came on, and the Salford one as soon as it came on. Even though they look like dead red rubbers, I thought, well, you never know. And the same way I've bought the Barrow ticket 3 times, and now that Barrow ticket, you know, you all laughed at me. Well, it's fair to say you're not laughing now, are you? And I've said that to a couple of people, and that's the thing. It's like, well, now you might want to go to Barrow, but you know, I'm already going. So you know, I've got the golden ticket. It reminds me, that game reminded me of the Crew game, but the Barrow one definitely does now. Of course, we lost the Crew one 3-2 after a late penalty we give away. That were a poor game. For us, but that game against Barrow, it's like that because it's the same sort of time period, and it's a game that we need to win. If we don't win it, then you know that's goodbye playoffs. Last season it was goodbye autos. But yeah, no matter what happens, we've got to win all our games. And is it possible? Yeah, it's definitely possible. I said it was possible last week, so it's definitely possible now. I think that. If we win all our games, Walsall cannot get the playoffs because they can't finish above us. You know, even if they beat Wimbledon, we beat Barrow, and Newport, they can't finish above us. So in that regard, it's in our hands. Crawley drew today. Don't be worried about them bottling. Not bottling. Don't be worried about them drawing the game instead of losing it, because if they lost a game and then they won next week against Grimsby, is it they're playing, and we beat Newport and Barrow, it wouldn't have had a big impact because I think goal difference would have meant they got in anyway. So draw or lose, it's all huge because it means they don't win, and you know that's huge. So hopefully again the same happens next Saturday. And Barrow losing after winning, that's huge as well because it opens it up for us and Donny. I'm scared of Donny. I think they'll probably get in. But the fact that two spots are open then for us means that there's an added chance we can get in. We've done it, so that's huge. I think that Barrow lost that. If because Barrow can easily lose to Mansfield, and then if we beat them, it's sort of in our hands in many ways to beat them. But like I keep saying, one defeat and it's over. So you can get ahead of yourself, you can get excited, and I wish you do, because I am. I'm very excited about it, and I'm optimistic, and I've had a great day, and it's been great to see us. No matter what happens, I said after the Harrogate game, we just need any sort of Speak English. We need any sort of momentum. Again, that wasn't quite English, was it? But yeah, we just need momentum. We need a run of games where we win, and we just have something going into next season. And I think we've got that now. Go and lose the next two. It's disheartening, but no one expects us to get playoffs from where we were. We've ended the season well. We're going to next season with a bit more excitement, a bit more optimism going into it, and there's a bit of momentum leading into it. Alexander's bought him more time with certain sections that I was still fully behind him, but I know a lot weren't, and probably now are. But that game, I've said it a couple of times in the last few, and I said it a lot in February. That's how I want our team to play. I want us to be an aggressive, awful team to play. Not aggressive like Salford were, but that desire for the badge, that work ethic, that bit of quality on the counter that we had, and that willpower and character that you need, and that's exactly what we had throughout that game. When that second goal went in, I didn't see a way back. So many times this season we haven't come back from leads, and in recent history I thought that was the first time that we've come back from a 2-0 to win since Chelsea when we won 4-2, which is incredible. How you can go so long without winning, having been 2-0 down, is staggering. So that showed a great bit of resilience, and that's what I'm seeing a bit more that we haven't seen all season. Is that because the season's over? Possibly, but you've still got to have that character. And I think from the games that we lost, no matter if we get playoffs or not, it's shown Alexander. You learn most when you lose, and that he'll have seen who he wants and who he don't. And these games are even more of an example of that as well. And that first 20 minutes, I think. So I think it was a great game for the neutral, a stressful game for a City fan, and an even more air pulling out of your head if you're a Walsall fan, because they had so many chances. I mean, it was if, I don't know. Well, obviously, from my point of view, I have a personal point of view on why we won that game, which is it's a Matt Le Tissier sort of Glenn Hoddle point of view on why it didn't happen. But it was if somewhat was stopping them from scoring. The goals, the chances that they should have had to turn into goals, hitting the bar, Walker pulling it off the line, blocks on the line, loads of possession around the box, a couple of penalty appeals, just loads of bombardment, and it just thought, any moment this net's gonna bulge, and it was just as if someone were just stopping it. And yeah, like I say, I'll just say it. Obviously, I lost. Well, my nan passed away earlier in the season. Which were, she were very close to me, so it was quite hard to take. And funnily enough, she bought me season ticket for me this season. And this black shirt that I'm wearing. And I mean, again, personal. My granddad passed away in 99 98, 99, sorry, when we got promoted to the Premier League. So I thought, well, it'd be weird if we went up again 25 years later when my nan did. So that would be weird in itself. But I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird how that ball did not go in the back of her net. And she hated football. I absolutely hated it because it was always on in the house. And that sort of period, women weren't really involved in football, which is wrong, really. And they were sort of made to hate it. Whatever way you look at it, but I don't know why, but for whatever reason, probably because how much I love this football club, she, and how much she loved me, as well. She before iPhone came out, she'd put on the radio and, have something to talk to me about that, and then iPhone came on, she watched every game on it. So she became invested in the club, and I don't know, it's just weird. It's just a weird sort of Glenn Hoddle, Matt Le Tissier sort of conspiracy about why we didn't win, why we won that game, because like I say, the bombardment, the chances they had, I just don't know how they didn't win it. It was just incredible, and the fight back that we showed. Like I say, 2-0 down, players had their heads down. No one. I look around the squad when adversity hits. I think like who's leading, who's trying to pull them together, and there wasn't really anyone pulling them together in a sort of trying to build them up sort of a way. It was the only guy who was talking to anyone was Smallwood, and he was berating everyone. Pretty much Cookie as well. Cookie were turning back and shouting. It was mainly directed to Oyugoki, but it was sort of around the whole squad. And I thought, I'm not a fan of that. At the time, I think the players might need a bit of an arm around your shoulder, just trying to calm them down a bit, because I thought a lot of players were unsure about what to do, when to press, when to drop off, whether to sit in deeper, whether to just clear it out on the full. Obviously, that second goal with Oyugoki, he's sort of in two minds whether to go for the man, whether to kick the ball out of play or head it back to a keeper. He's in three minds, and he sort of chose for the man, and he got bullied by him and they scored it. So there were loads of those moments going on early on in the game, loads of stray passes as well. And I just thought we just need to calm down and go back to basics. But Small was absolutely berating them, and I thought, like I say, I'm not sure what I think about that. I want my captain to be, sort of trying to pull everyone together. But that in a way it helped. I don't know what he said, but everyone took, like I say, again, no one sort of pulled everyone together, but they all sort of looked to take accountability, responsibility for themselves. They all sort of built each other up. And then 3 minutes later, we go up the other end. A great cross gets whipped into Cookie, bullies his man, and he scores. That's the type of cross, the type of play you need to play with Andy Cook. Pin it in towards the back post, he'll bully his man and he'll score. It's as simple as that. And it was a great head, and he had a great game as well. Jamie Walker got a couple, one from a set piece. Again, Small, I thought, had a great game. Set piece has again massively improved, and his delivery has as well. Great cross in towards the back post, goes towards Platty. Cook gets the flick on, and it goes towards Walker for a tap in. The next goal, again, it's a great play. Don't know if it's a corner again, but it just sort of bounced around the box. Walker reacts and puts it in the back of the net, and none of them were really particularly any good to see, but it's that sort of those scrappy goals, those set piece goals, cross goals, headers, fighting spirit, desire, character, tackles flying in, bodies on the line, keeper making dramatic saves, but not camera saves, not eccentric saves, crucial match saving saves where he's got to stand up and be counted to get our 3 points, and he did that, and the whole back three did as well, to an extent. And we created chances, went down to 10 men, stood firm, didn't let many great chances pass us by, but like I said, I don't know how they didn't score with the chances that they did have. But yeah, great test of character, great desire, and again, I've said it many times over these last 5 games or so, and many times over Alexander's period, really, that is what a Bradford City team is, and that's what I can't wait to see more of, because that is what I associate this football club of. Yep, we're not where we want to be in the league. Some of these players need shifting. We need to be ruthless. I think I've been guilty of not being ruthless enough on here about a couple of players recently as well. And today made me change my mind on a couple of players, to be honest with you, who I might have been willing to maybe say, yeah, let's keep them next season. I've changed my mind on a couple, and I think you can guess who. But we need to be ruthless, and I think Alexander's going to be the man for that as well, for that shape up in the summer. And I can't wait for it. But there's 2 huge games left to go. I've been optimistic in the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to change that now. There's a great chance of something special happening. And, you can say I've maybe had a couple of shandies. You can say whatever. But we've got a strong chance. And it's in our hands to win these next 2 games and see where we finish. If we don't, we can say we finish the season strong. We're going to next season and we fight even harder. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for that bit of the show, and I'll try and quickly do my player ratings. But yeah, great performance, great day. I won the football cards. Well, I didn't win, my dad did, and we sort of split it. So that was nice to win £20 as well from the Corm Dolly bus. What else happened? Something else happened. Why can I not remember what happened? Oh dear. Yes, other good stuff happened as well. So yeah, great day. And what day can get any better than a 3-2 City win, eh? Nothing can go any better than that. On to Tuesday now, and hopefully we can get a big win against Barrow. Can't wait for that. So, player ratings then. Player ratings. Sam Walker in goal. Super Sam Walker in goal. He's unbelievable. I'm going to give him a 4. Huge saves. Could have got man of match quite easily. Let me know your man of match in the community tab. Oyegoke. Yeah, he wasn't good. I'll give him a 1, and I'll move quickly on from that. After saying he's at fault for both goals and looked unsure. Matty Platt gets a 4, and again probably at fault for the first goal, but apart from it, he's just so important when he's on it. That second half, winning a lot in the air, clearing a lot. When he's on it, no striker can come up against him. And he's showed that leadership again, and that quality. But I love from Matty Platt. He's consistently solid, and I love it from him. Kieran Kelly, man of match contender. If Walker didn't pull off his heroics, if Small didn't lead by example, who's my man of match, I'll get into him later. Kieran Kelly would have got it. Won every tackle, won every aerial drill, looked up for it, passionate, quite decent on the ball as well. He was outstanding today, Kieran Kelly, and outperformed most players in that squad by just pure passion alone. Tariq Wright gets a... I mean, if we didn't win, he'd probably get nothing. In fairness, we won, so game 1. Because I can't think of anything else to say apart from he was in a winning team. He didn't contribute anything to it. Poor decision making, shouldn't have been booked, thought he were going to get sent off. I'm glad he came off, but he should have come off 90 minutes earlier. Shouldn't have even been in the match day. Well, I can't say that. I can't say that when I've been praising him recently, can I? Same with Oyegoke. I think a lot of people say, he shouldn't even be playing. Tomkinson's better. We've probably been saying, he's been playing well recently. So, yeah, I can't blame that. But everyone out on that pitch put 100% in. I can't say the same for that lad, because he was jogging, he was lazy, his decision making was poor. He just didn't look like he cared. He just didn't look like he cared. He looked like, give me my money and I'm off. And I'm sorry, I don't accept that. You play for this football club, you fight for this football club. You go into every tackle for this football club, or you get out of this football club. And I can't wait for your loan to expire, because far too many times since you've been here, you look like you can't be bloody bothered, to put it lightly. So yes, poor from Tariq, and I expect much better in terms of work rate, because that was shocking. Positively, moving to Brad Halliday. Brilliant performance again. 4. Unbelievable. So solid. And he's just unbelievable. Richie Small gets a 4. Leadership qualities. His quality in a whole. Winning every tackle. He just looked like a standard above from everyone else on the pitch. And I answered that too many times. But if he played like that every week, we'd probably be top 3 for me. Because he just hasn't been at that level enough. But he was outstanding today. He won everything. And yeah, it's just a bit sad that we can't see that enough from him. Jamie Walker, again, my man of match as well. Jamie Walker, he was brilliant. I felt, like I said, the midfield got outrun in the early stage of the game. He contributed to that, but I just felt like they were too advanced, and that's how they've been playing recently. But in terms of getting the 2 goals, being in the right places, finishing them, his overall work rate, his tackling, driving the ball into forward areas, he's brilliant in it, Jamie Walker, and gotta give him that new contract. I think at the end of the season gets a 4. Bobby Poynton gets a 3. Quality just wasn't there, to be honest, but work rate is, and that's one thing you can't knock him for, and that's why he's a Bradford City player, and a true Bradford City player, and that's why he deserves to be in this team, because he doesn't look out of place. It's just one criticism I consistently have of him, it's his crossing, and it's just always, it just dips before it gets anywhere. There's not a lot of backlift on it. He really needs to improve on that, and if he can, he's got an exciting future. And it seems weird to say that, because it ain't all about crossing at the modern day, but Alexander's system requires that, and I think that's something that lets him down a bit. But brilliant performance again from him. Callum Kavanagh as well gets 3. Bit of quality lacking in the final third, but again, work ethic, effort, passion, brilliant. And Andy Cook gets a 4 as well, scoring against his former club. Big header. His overall play was brilliant as well. Parts in those last 10 minutes or so, but he did look tired. But he ran his socks off, he was winning behind, he was winning free kicks and throw-ins and corners late on as well, and didn't stop winning and contributed to it. Got got a decisive goal. If he didn't score when he did, fine margins. If that goes wide, hits the post, goes over, straight to keeper, we don't get the momentum. We don't win that match, and that's why Andy Cook and Jamie Walker are more than capable for playing this football club, because they're big game players and the big moment players, and they thrive in those types of atmospheres and in those sort of games where you need to stand up and be counted. We need more players like them, and the Brad Hallidays, and the Gilliards, and the Pointons, and maybe the Kellys as well, Sam Walkers, Matty Platts. There's a lot of players who are in the first team squad who have been consistent this season, for me, who are backups. And if you can take a couple of those out, add them with first teamers, they become backups. I think we're more than good enough to get out of this division. But we still can, still fighting chance. Just a quick shout out to my shorts, the Lucky Shorts. 5 games, 4 wins, 1 draw, 0 defeats. That's outstanding. Now they get prepared for a Tuesday night away at Barrow. Let me know your thoughts going into that. Let me know your thoughts after today's win in the comments down below. The playoff situation as well. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new. Have a good one.